Hello, this is David Kozik, Chief Spiritual Officer and Senior Minister for the Love Makers Foundation, a hybrid spiritual organization whose mission is to bring love to everyone in this world and to bring love to your heart. Our motive is to move the paradigm of this world from fear to love. I now want to bring on our CEO, Deborah Kozik, because today's topic, and hello, Deborah, how are you?
I'm good, David. How are you?
Doing very well. Today's topic is no topic. We're snowed in here in Lake Arrowhead, California, and we've been snowed in for about 10, 11, 12 days. But the key thing is that today, and it's funny because we had 10 or 11 days to actually prepare for today, but today we just want to chat about love. People have been calling for Deborah to come on with us, and she's an amazing human being and certainly lives in love every day of her life. I want to open things up by saying the major concept that I want to at least share today to start things off, and then I'll ask Deborah a question, is that when you're on that path to love, you're on a spiritual path. And when you actually become love, what will happen is the same thing when you detach all desire. You'll be fully engaged in love, and what happens is you will connect with your highest self. You will connect with God. And it's a bit of a process because you have to learn to like yourself, learn to love others, learn to give unconditional love, learn to love yourself. Learn to have union with your highest self. But at some point, there's a tipping point where when you become love, you will find God. You will find your highest self. You will be amazed. And so that's how I want to start off. And that's what Love Makers is about. It's about bringing love to the world. Now, Deborah, what do you believe about love? That's a pretty broad question. What do you believe about love? You helped write the book, Absolute Love, the 12 Principles of Love in Life and in Business. What are your core beliefs about love?
Well, I had to come to learn to what love is because there was a time where I didn't believe in love. There was a time where love hurt. And so I had to come to a place where I had to recognize love came from a deeper place. So I believe now that I've gone through some processes in life that love is the light that comes from within. It's the light that lights you up. It's the light that gives us joy and peace and tranquility and hope. And that's where I felt very obliged and privileged to be able to share in Absolute Love, the 12 Principles of Love in Life and Business, because it goes deeper than just the surface. It comes from within.
Well, I think what you discovered is that the pain in life, the difficulties of life that are connected to love, really is not love, is it? That's not love. Yeah. Because love has no absolutes. The pain people feel, the suffering is not because of love. It's because of ego. It's because of circumstances. It's because of fear and everything related to fear. Yeah. So how do you reconcile romantic love with love? Well, and again, I ask the question because I'll explain it. Because the word love, it's impossible to use one word to embrace the different meanings, the different types, the different situations, the different relationships of love. And so I'm asking Deborah about compare romantic love to your general concept of love that you just described.
Okay, so for me, romantic love would be, then again, if you can love yourself and come from a deeper place, then you're able to share that love with a partner and, the community or whatever. But romantic love comes at a deeper level as well. And if you don't love yourself, then it's impossible to share that love with another partner. So it's a place where you come to cherish yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself, and then you can do that with your partner.
Well, what about romantic relationships? I mean, that's nice, but how do you relate to the partner? And how does the partner relate to you in your concept of romantic love? Or how should, in your opinion, how should it relate?
lovingly treat the other as you'd want to be treated, with respect, to bring out the best in your partner. And when both partners are able to do that, it brings forth the feeling of well-being and wanting the best for your partner as well as yourself. So it brings about intimacy. And when you have intimacy, then you can be romantic.
Yeah, that's very nice. And I would also add to that to have true romantic love, to push it to the greatest energy and to recognize your greatest potential, that love has to be unconditional.
Yes.
If you can't love your partner unconditionally, and Deborah so beautifully stated that you have to love yourself, you have to have intimacy. But you have to love unconditionally, or is that really
Without
love?
conditions.
That's right. Or is that really love? So love your partner and expect the same in return. That's how relationships last. You love your partner unconditionally. When they say it's hard to work on marriage, it's not really hard. It just takes understanding. You know, you're under no obligation to be in a love relationship. But if you love somebody unconditionally, that means you're not judging the person. You're trying to dominate the person, coerce or manipulate the person. You're letting that person be who that person wants to be. And this is beautiful. As Deborah beautifully said, you have to cherish yourself and cherish the other person.
Yeah, you come from a deeper place.
That's
which is
right.
From your heart.
That's
so
right.
Unconditional love allows you to love from a deeper place.
And I think that's what you were actually saying without saying it.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a question for me about love? You don't have to have a question. I'm just springing it on you. And again, this is a spontaneous thing about love. Because love is absolute in our opinion. And love will get you to your highest self. And again, the problem is love. It's so hard to describe. There's so many different types of love. And the Greeks, I think, put it in 7 terms, from agape to eros and agape. They're the 2 main ones.
So how would you describe love and forgiveness?
Well, forgiveness is your thing. I mean, I think forgiveness is part of what love is. The ability to forgive. I call it being easy on yourself, not judging yourself, forgiving yourself for whatever you've done, and forgiving others. And you can even go further than that. Jesus said, hey, turn the other cheek. Somebody hurts you, you're not only forgiving that person, you're actually turning the other cheek and submitting to that other person. That is a difficult concept, but I have actually used that concept in the legal world when I had a suit brought against me about 15, 17 years ago for something that wasn't my fault. But things happen when you're a lawyer. And what I did is I just prayed and said, I forgive everyone. I forgive my opposition. I forgive, everyone involved. And things just disappeared. Because forgiveness is actually a very powerful force. And the reason is because it opens up your consciousness to your highest self. And when you do that, it's like the power of prayer. That energy creates magic. It creates, first of all, it eliminates all your fear. Because if you can forgive, there's no fear in forgiveness. Yeah. There is only love. And that's part of the concept of love. Love is absolute. There's no opposite to love. Yeah. There's no opposite. When I say I love you, there's no opposite to that. Yeah. And there's no fear. There is only love.
It's powerful.
Hey, thanks for that question. I went on. I think I did more than answer that question, but that's okay because love is infinite.
Yeah, and then we're talking about too.
Well, hold on. It's my turn to ask you a question
okay.
now. I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, we're going back and forth today.
That's right. Okay. It's a back and forth situation. When did you actually become aware of the power of love? And explain that process. You talked a little bit about it, and you learned to love yourself. But when did you actually become aware, and what triggered your awareness that love is something bigger than yourself, that love is this profound statement? And it could have been maybe a transitional period, 5, 10, 15 years ago. It could be last year. It could be yesterday. What do you think? When did your awareness of the true power of love really spring into your heart, mind, body, and soul?
Well, there was many steps. But one profound moment would be when I had to realize that that I had to take a step in my life to protect myself from an unhealthy environment, actually my life. So once I took that step to step out of that situation and take some time to be alone with myself and to talk to my inner self, my quiet self, without judgment, without opposition, without ridicule, without anybody else telling me what to say or think or do. I realized that there was a higher energy, a higher source that was true love. It was unconditional love that allowed me to just be who I was, to make decisions for myself, and to know that I was loved for who I was. It was like a light bulb going on. I didn't need anybody else to tell me I was loving, or loved.
That's beautiful. And again, part of the purpose why Deborah and I are here, why I've helped generate these messages and do these talks every week, is to help make you aware that love is in fact the most powerful force in the universe, that absolute love is absolute, that you are love, that love connects us all, that love is the most beautiful thing, and love will connect you to your highest self. Love will connect you to God. And now we're into our period that is really beloved by Christians, and I think for me personally, the most spiritual time of the year, the time of Jesus' last days, the time of his crucifixion, and again, people live life in the crucifixion, but it's also the resurrection, and I know that's the essence of the message of Jesus Christ, the resurrection. And we're going to be doing a 3-part series starting next week on Jesus Christ and how love connects and what his message of love was and really is to the world. But I want to close with a prayer. Dear God, our highest self, know that we are love. Know that we are infinite love. Know that we are connected to all that is. Know that the path to love leads to our highest self, and that highest self is infinite loving grace. We know at this moment and recognize and realize the power of our highest self, the power of God, and we recognize and realize at this moment that love is the way. That love is the most beautiful thing in the world and enhances our lives in each and every way. We know this absolutely, positively, and release these words to the universe, to God, and thank all that is. It is so, so it is. Amen. And so, Deborah, any last thoughts?
Well, every week we always end our love messages with love is the way. And I firmly believe that love is the way through anything you may be going through. And love has brought our community together here in Lake Arrowhead, helping each
That's
other
right.
out of
Oh,
the
man,
snowstorm.
it's amazing.
And
We have somebody getting groceries for us now.
Yeah.
Help Deborah dig out of her car. But,
It's amazing
I
what-
felt some tremendous legal issues. And let me just tell you, love is getting us through. Love gets you through.
So don't give up.
Never give up.
And know that we're here for you. We offer prayer support, individual
We do.
counseling. Do reach out to us. Check us out on our website, Love Makers Foundation.
Yeah, and get our book, Absolute Love. It's on Amazon. It looks like it's upside down. It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes. It's in Barnes and Noble. Go get the book. It was, and I don't want to sound cocky, but yeah, it was divinely inspired and supported in every
Wonderful
way.
principles,
Yeah.
12 principles of love in life and business.
In every way, shape, and form. And again, this book was created from our love and from a source of infinite love.
Yes, and
So-
to help ignite love in your life, in your business life as well, and to remember every day,
Love is the way.
love is the way.
Go in peace, go in love, be love. And remember, again, love is the way.
Love is the way.
Have a nice day.